last time we began, where so many women throughout history have dwelled, in the pantry, a place of sorting, of letting go, of deciding what is nourishing and what we've been told we have to hold on to simply because we didn't know we had permission to set it down. The key was discernment, the gentle softening of a grip and releasing of the lives and roles we've outgrown, so our hands and hearts and homes are open to receive what is waiting. Like all these keys, they are neither endings nor beginnings. They simply unlock the door so we can cross the threshold. They open the way, and the way led next to a literal threshold here in the house. This next threshold that we're crossing are the ballroom doors. And yeah, it still feels strange to say that I have a ballroom. The glass was clouded from within. The views from them were hazy, like old memories with many years layered across them. It softened the view of everything, like truths were not quite ready to voice and things were not ready to see in full focus yet. They were state-of-the-art and beautiful, heavy doors installed more than half a century ago, and they were insulated to keep the coldness outside from seeping in, which are good guardians for sure because last winter seemed endless. For a long time, I've been contemplating the idea of the pathless path, the kind of journey that only appears beneath your feet as you find the courage to walk it. My life and way of thinking has never been something people have easily understood. Maybe you know that feeling too, the sense that your inner world speaks a language that most people were never taught to hear or translate. That's how the concept of the Oracle House came into being. I can't really explain it, I just feel it. And that's difficult for me because, like most women, we've been taught to ignore our intuition and our inherent knowing. But this house is magic. It's a home that reflects and transforms you as you restore it. Even I'm still coming to understand it. I've lived here more than 2 years now, but it still feels like we're just getting acquainted. We are two old souls looking for the right places to find and turn the keys to unlock whatever we're meant to discover here. She's stitched together from a century of lives and losses. She still holds the footprints in her floorboards of every person who has tread across her and wandered her halls. She still remembers the voice of every person who left her. She's a kaleidoscope of eras, of the spirits of ghosts and echoes of memory, and somehow she mirrors me as I move through her. I don't often suffer from seasonal depression, but there were weeks, months, without a glimmer of sunlight. Everything turned monochrome, the sky and the mountains and my own reflection, as if I were also being pulled into hibernation and wintering. My own heart felt dormant, hiding from the death of so many things I've been losing the last few years, not the least of which was myself. And she reminds me that death, too, is just a doorway, where the key of discernment spoke of letting go and releasing. The key of inner light revealed what to pick up and bring into being. No project of mine has ever gone as planned. I am forever balancing the needs of this enormous, haunted Victorian mansion, nestled in an old-growth forest so deeply that residents living here for generations don't know of its existence. I'm balancing her repairs with her need for funding to keep her alive and with the need to seek within these walls and find myself again. My little familiars stand vigilant guard, offering their unsolicited opinions and amusements as distractions from time to time. I've never understood people who don't like animals, or who wield them as weapons and threats that if I stray too far from the accepted role and responsibilities assigned, that I might end up just with cats. As if that would be punishment. As if they've ever offered anything but joy to my life. I think men that throw that as a threat probably know that animals are guardians. I know I don't trust anyone that my dog doesn't like. She does, however, seem to like the sounds of guitar drifting through the rooms here. Or maybe she just likes how soft my energy is in the presence of a man who loves the parts of me the last men taught me to dim or disregard so I could be in service to them instead. He's a man that brings peace rather than takes possession. He looks at everything I thought was imperfection as the most enchanting parts of me. The way he loves me reflects the love I have finally been learning to give myself. The way he loves me changes the way I see myself. The way he loves me changes the way I love myself. And I think the house called him too, called him to me, continues calling me to myself, one room, one renovation, one revelation at a time, step by step, stone by stone. Still, there are voices, old voices inherited from my past that whisper that I'm not good enough to do this full time, that I'm too old to still be playing, that I need a real job, that I'll ruin the house's resale value in history, that I'll ruin myself financially and fail in some spectacular way. This house is haunted by some of my memories more than it is the ghosts. Some nights the weight of responsibility feels heavy. The cost, the remoteness, the long winters and their long silences. Sometimes I feel so small in this big house. Inadequate and ill-equipped and unprepared and alone. And yet there's a reason I am here, a reason she chose me, a reason I chose her. Coming home to her is a returning to myself, to the artist. The artist drew a lot of attention and admiration from an early age. After a while, I did it less for passion than I did for approval, belonging, and survival. I stopped creating what was within me to create what would appease outside of me. I became the expert, the wild overnight success, touring the country with American Photo Magazine, teaching sold-out keynotes at the MGM Grand in Vegas, internationally published, sponsorships by top companies in the industry, accolades and praise from every respected source. And at the heart of it all, the flame of creativity was reduced to embers under the smothering longing to be finally seen as worthy, as if enough talent and accomplishment would keep me safe from the inevitable heartbreak I was always holding my breath, waiting for the impact of, bracing for the breaking. That is the fate of so many firstborn daughters. We are so young when we are trained that our lives belong to others. Our beauty is for others, our youth is for others, our efforts are for others, our bodies are for others. But then something happens, and it's not a crisis, it's a cracking, an opening, a rebirth. And all the places that break and shatter let the light come pouring through. These doors get the most beautiful afternoon light in the spring and summer when the grounds are erupting with flowers and hummingbirds, and late at night there are thousands of stars that I could never see in my hometown, and a moon that bathes the manor in her glow so completely that it doesn't even feel like night. Some late night hours she is so close that I swear I could climb the trees and touch her. I think the feminine has long been in love with the moon. Sitting in front of these doors, I felt the house speak to me in the voices of all the women before me that are now part of my spiritual lineage here. reminding me there's a reason I was chosen as the next guardian of this place, that I'm meant to reincarnate her into a new identity, and in exchange I will find my own awakening in the process. What if the problem wasn't the windows at all? What if the house was telling me she wanted to be stained? That I could turn the stained windows into stained glass? After all, the gift of the artist is seeing what others cannot and then showing it to them. The staining wasn't ruining or distorting the view, it was simply inviting me to learn how to see again. I felt them as I began, the women who've come before me, both in my home and in my blood, the mothers and grandmothers, those that have kept and cared for both hearth and home here, women who infused love into food, made medicine of meals, and conjured home out of houses, who turned ordinary rooms of lumber and tile into sanctuaries of peace for all who come back to the maternal. Before I knew it, there were flowers. The mountains from outside my windows were now in it. The birch trees that grew outside the walls and the birch family that grew within them. The lotus flowers that come up from the pond. The hummingbirds that followed me here from my childhood in my grandmother's garden. This wasn't just a renovation project, it was reverence and remembering, a calling to all the mothers before me that knew their magic. A woman's intuition wasn't always called witchcraft. Her healing and life-giving was regarded as the sacred gift that it still is, even though we've forgotten it. We've since come to hide our radiance, dimmed ourselves to survive this unnatural chapter of patriarchy where financial wealth is more worshipped than the feminine divine. This project was about illumination, not the feminine rage that burns away, though I have been in that fire lately, and it too has its purpose in our current age. But this was a soft radiance, the kind that reveals without wounding, that softens the darkness. So here I am, restoring a house that is also quietly restoring me, painting over the scars within her that can't be cleaned, turning flaws into fractals, fractures into veining, wounds into light. Pathless path is just the path of becoming, and if this stirs something in others, then perhaps I'm not alone on this journey. Maybe I'm not alone in looking for a different way to see these fragments we continually piece back together, not as shattered random pieces, but kaleidoscopes of being, human being. Maybe the light we've been seeking has been within, obscured by all the shadows and dust time-laden layer by layer, distorting our perspectives of how beautiful this experience of life actually is. And so here I stand in a house that is older than my memories, but somehow younger than my own spirit. And in this project, I am soldering all the versions of myself I've ever outgrown or abandoned or ignored or hid or forgotten into a new tapestry of vibrant light. What began as a flaw in the glass becomes constellations of color, turning wounds into windows, so we might see the world more kindly, note more of its beauty. The light pours in and reflects the light that's always been within. The house knows this. She remembers the women who wandered these halls, who prayed at these windows, who held themselves in grief and others in love within these beds. She remembers their strength. She remembers their magic. She remembers them, remembers me, and I think she remembers you. Sometimes broken things are mended simply by a willingness to see them differently. Maybe this place isn't about starting over. Maybe it's about starting, finally. All I know is this. Some lineages are blood and some are spirit. Some inheritances are divine. Stained glass, after all, is fracturing made beautiful. wounds soldered with insight and intuition, made into a mosaic of becoming. As the light shifts through the glass and everything changes from what it was into what it wants to be, it feels like a story remembering how it begins. This is what the Oracle House does. She awakens what is dormant within the women held within her. She rekindles the sacred creative fire of the divine feminine. She is a womb for women remembering their sacred selves. Part of us that knows how to midwife beauty from grief, how to turn remnants of past lives into reliquaries of love. Men build houses, yes, but women have always been the ones to incarnate them into living homes. Transformation here is not symbolic, it's spiritual. It's reflective. There are doors we restore and thresholds we cross that restore us. These colors and light are illuminating the pathless path, the step between who I was and who I am remembering myself to be. This house isn't just wood and stone and iron. She's a living collective consciousness of all the women who came before and all the women who are finding their way back. She is calling her daughters home to themselves. The artists, the storytellers, the homemakers, the matriarchs, the midwives, the witches, the whores and virgins, the maidens and mothers, the oracles and healers, the women who feel the stirring within themselves even if they cannot yet name it. She illuminates what we have been taught not to see in ourselves. She awakens us into our own sacredness, and as the light pours through in the gloaming hour, I wonder what key will that light fall on next, what door will open next, and what part of her and myself and you will be revealed there. The key of inner light is the second key in the Reliquarian house. If any of this speaks to you, please like, subscribe, share. It is the best free way to support everything that we're doing here. If you want to give a little more support, you can go to www.patreon.com/JessicaLark and subscribe there and join the Reliquarian Society. We're waiting for you there.